what you're obsessed about, but I'm obsessed with the hanging flume near Yerevan, Colorado. I have driven by this thing 1,000 times. Never thought much about it because they just say, oh, it was built by the old timers in 1888 and they used it for a couple years and abandoned it. Something fishy. This thing is 12 miles long. None of the engineers, even at this Colorado School of Mines, can figure out how they did it. They tried to recreate it in 2012. It took them a year and a half to create 20 linear feet of this thing. And the old timers completed 30 linear feet a day. Something's not right. I think it was a more advanced civilization. I don't think it was an old timer. And no offense to my relatives who lived in the area in 1888, but they were hardworking people, but I did not think they could pull this off. When you read about the old timers, nobody mentions the construction of the hanging flume back then other than taking the wood off to build their cabins. I mean, these people in 1888 in the area, they lived a hand-to-mouth existence. They had rudimentary tools. I mean, this thing is an engineering marvel. I think the Spanish did it. And this is conjecture, but I'm reading this book about Juan Rivera in 1765. Dude went to the canyon where the hanging flume is. And not only that, Dominguez and Escalante went there too. Why? Why did they go to that canyon? I think they were checking on the hanging flume. I think that it's a big ass placer mine at the terminus of that hanging flume, and I think they were checking their holdings on it. So this could be easily put to rest if the museum would just let us see the artifacts of construction, which were excavated. 38 boxes of artifacts were excavated from the terminus of the flume, but BLM swooped in and took them to a climate-controlled museum. That the amount of hoops you have to jump through to see these boxes is just incredible to me. And then they say, oh, they're Indian burial items and you can't see them unless you get permission from a tribe and have an academic affiliation. Something's not adding up. I want to see artifacts of who built the hanging flume. Now, that being said, I did find these two rock carvings, Highway 141 at mile marker 88. Looks like old-timer carvings. Maybe these two guys worked on the hanging flume in 1888. Maybe it wasn't the Spanish. But until we see the construction relics, I don't think anyone's going to really know. And I don't think it's too far off to think that the Spanish may have built this thing.